Hi everyone, my name is Jim Gallagher. I'm the MySQL sales manager for the UK and Ireland. I'm joined here today by Archie Dhaliwal. Archie?
Hello, I'm Archie Dhaliwal. I look after partners and alliances in Northern Europe.
Okay, so today one of the topics we're going to look at is the cloud. Archie, what I wanted to do is just start off with the cloud market in general today, and some of our competition and things as well. So, what's your view on the cloud today?
Well, if you're thinking cloud, you're thinking Amazon, AWS. It seems to be the biggest cloud provider on the land, closely followed by Azure and
Microsoft.
What's interesting though, Jim, is MySQL is offered on both AWS and Azure, but it's a community version.
Yeah, so they were a lot quicker to market than Oracle, and they have jumped straight in there. You've got hold of what is an Oracle product, MySQL, the community edition of course, and they've built a lot of their services that they offer around that. So a lot of their add-ons that they're offering today to their customers is our stuff.
Yeah. What's interesting though is in Microsoft's Azure platform, you kind of know you're using MySQL because it's labeled MySQL, but in AWS it's actually under two different names, RDS, so it's under the RDS program, as well as under their high performance database engine called Aurora. Both of these are MySQL. Aurora is a heavily tuned MySQL version, a fork, and the RDS version is actually a slightly older version to our current version of 5.7. I believe they're running 5.6, and it's purely community, and then they wrap around their own services, as you said.
Okay, so that's a slight advantage for us then, because if them other offerings are using the community edition and they get maybe a problem, and they need to fix that problem, they need to ask us as Oracle and MySQL to actually fix that problem that they've encountered in the database engine.
Yeah, so if it's on Azure, you can actually bring your own license, or you can actually pay for support directly with us. So as a partner, they can actually sell MySQL Enterprise or Standard Edition licenses so that they can get the support. On RDS, you can't do that. You have to rely on the services that AWS offer you. However, if you're on EC2, which is bring your own license on Amazon, then yes, once again, you can sell licenses to your customer to be hosted on AWS, subject to approval from us.
Okay. And just on the Oracle Cloud offering then, what we're taking to market. Our offering is a little bit different, as in it is absolutely the whole enterprise edition. So when any customer buys MySQL Cloud service from ourselves, it is the full enterprise suite of products that are wrapped around the database in the centre.
Absolutely. I'd go one step further. It's only the Oracle Cloud that offers you the enterprise edition. No other customer who hosts MySQL in the cloud offers the enterprise version out of the box. In other words, no extra fee.
Yeah, it's a big tick in the box for us there with that one, yeah.
Very much so.
The other area which comes up is the hybrid offering. So the MySQL Cloud offering, or the Oracle Cloud offering, can actually be hosted in the cloud, fully off-site, or it can be on-site as well, on-prem. And you can actually move your data from one across to the other. So some customers have got some of the data in the UK, for example, they can't leave the UK, but they're happy for some of that data maybe to be backed off somewhere else as a separate version of the database.
Absolutely. And the other key point here is it's the same configuration. There are no changes or tweaks required to the configuration to have it hosted in the Oracle Cloud compared to on-premise. It's exactly the same configuration, which is kind of unique. The other thing to bear in mind is you might be running your production environment in AWS or in Azure or some other cloud. You can actually then back up into the Oracle Cloud. That's also possible. So from a hybrid point of view, it doesn't need to be cloud to on-premise. It could be from cloud to cloud.
Great. Okay, so what about some of these customers who have been a little bit slow to transition to the cloud? I think a lot of customers today have already made a bit of a step, and they're testing the water. They know they know we're all going cloud in the end. That's the way the world's going.
Yeah.
But some customers are still a little bit hesitant. So MySQL, I suppose that might be because it's not, for a lot of people, there isn't a mission critical database that they're using yet. Maybe it's a slightly easier offering for customers to try out MySQL in the cloud first.
Yeah. As with all organisations, they've got applications and applications, and some of their mission critical applications, like their finance application or manufacturing application, that can be the heart and soul of the business, and so they're not about to risk anything with those particular applications. But then there'll be a whole raft of applications around there, smaller applications, which are not so critical, and it's great to dip your toe in the water in trying the cloud with that. One of the great things about the Oracle Cloud as well, because we're so late in the game rather than new in the game, it's not as saturated with installs and customers. So the response times and performance of the Oracle Cloud at the moment is a lot quicker, it's a lot better than a lot of our competitors.
Brilliant. And the other last thing I think from that I can think of is that the Oracle Cloud for MySQL and the Oracle Cloud for Oracle, they're all integrated.
Yeah,
they're viewed together as one pane of glass. They can all be integrated together.
Yeah, they can co-locate, and you can certainly use a lot of the Oracle features to actually manage and monitor the MySQL Cloud. Absolutely.
Okay, great. I think we're done.
Well,
So thank you for your review, Archie, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.